reports of my demise were greatly exaggerated. Welcome back to Talking Shit. Shout out to all the kidnapping victims who are having to listen to this because it drowns out their screams. We wish you a speedy rescue.
What kind of fucking podcast did I agree to be on?
The greatest podcast of all time.
I think I should introduce myself. They don't know who I am.
Know who I am either.
They've known you for a whole season.
Yeah, but I never introduced myself.
That's weird.
No, it's not. I don't give a fuck if they know who I am. That's what I'm saying.
But so they just have to figure out what our names are as we casually.
Yeah, I generally don't give a fuck.
Okay. Well, then I'm not gonna introduce myself. Fuck you. So let's talk about some shit.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I'm just kind of zoning out to the scenery, man. This shit's making me really relaxed.
Oh my god. Okay. You had questions for me before. What are your questions?
I have no fucking idea. Did you write it down? Because I didn't.
I remember what the question is. Do you want me to text it to you so you can ask it?
If you remember what it was, that would probably be very helpful. I don't remember what the fuck we were even talking about. That after dinner joint really fucking got me going, bruh. Oh, right. Okay. That's what it was. I remember now.
Like, that's what I remember.
No, yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, hold on.
Yeah.
What?
Did the second part of that throw you off?
No. Mon sent me a picture. She's watching Vikings, and she's sending me pictures, screenshots of their haircuts, and they're like, "Oh, this guy reminds me of you," and I'm like, "Okay, thanks, appreciate that." Anyway,
see that because I think I've seen some of their haircuts.
No, I know.
Reminds me
I know, but that's not necessarily where I was going when I cut my hair like this 10 years ago. Chiefly, it was because I used to get my hair braided all the time, like cornrows and shit. And I'm tender headed on the sides. So, yeah. And it's way cooler. Like when I used to have my hair all one length, it was hot as fuck. But having the sides and back shaved is way cooler. That fucking for the heat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Speaking of heat, I cut my mouth like a motherfucker. My breath is hot. Hold on. Oh, that's that good shit. Stay hydrated, homies. Ooh, yeah.
Cheers.
Salud. All right, so I just want to thank my co-host Beanie here, without whom there probably wouldn't be a second season to Talking Shit. Thank you, Beanie.
Welcome.
I wanted to ask because you've never really been on VR chat before this, and before we decided to record this episode, we kind of hung out a little bit. We went to a social gathering by a group that I am a part of, and I just was curious as to what your take on VR chat thus far has been.
It's a pretty cool place. I think it's interesting. There's a lot of different personalities, of course.
Definitely.
But I can definitely, I can definitely see why people like to hang out here. It gives me IMVU vibes, back in the day. I totally see why people like this. I think it's fun, especially to hang out with people.
Right.
That group we hung out with was interesting to say the least.
Yeah.
Some of them were very nice. Some of them were very, very, very stoned.
Well, that's kind of the deal.
Yeah, and then some of them were making very bad decisions.
That's also part of the
Live.
deal. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think it's an interesting experience so far. I'm not mad about it.
It's just like,
I mean, we're sitting in this really cool room right now, so that's
I dig it.
yeah. This is chill.
It's definitely cool for me because I kind of wish I could mute people in real life, like I can here.
Mm.
It's way better. I just shut the fuck up. Boop. Bye. Block them.
Like, I still want to be near people, but I don't want to hear you.
Right. Yeah. Like I like to people watch in game. That's one of my things. I'll go to like a public room and just sit there and listen to all the idiocy and chaos and just nonsense.
Yeah.
It's fun as fuck. And it gets annoying after a while, but yeah. You hear interesting shit.
Outlandish shit.
Really outlandish shit.
Really outlandish shit.
Yeah.
You're like, I was not expecting to hear that today.
Yeah, and like when you hear somebody's fucking little squeaker kid run into a freaking public instance and just start screaming the N-word at the top of his lungs every 10 seconds.
Yep.
Like, all right, man. Who raised you?
You gotta go.
Yeah. That shit's wild.
There's nothing really to say about it except like it's definitely a next level time to you for sure.
Yeah. Well, I used to play Second Life for a long time back in the days. That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah.
For sure. Second Life is still a thing, man. Can you believe that? That shit still exists. You can still log on to it with your old credentials and shit. It's wild as shit. It looks exactly the same.
IMVU is still a thing.
I believe that shit.
I'm pretty sure I got viruses.
Oh, galore. It had viruses. It had viruses back when it was popular.
Yeah, like all the time. I'm pretty sure I gave my mom's computer multiple viruses.
That's alright. I used to give your mom's computer viruses all the time when I was a teenager.
So it's just you for going from you and then to me, so it's fine.
Pretty much.
Used to at this point.
Yeah.
And I got my own computer and I gave myself viruses.
That's what being a teenager's about.
Yep. And then you're like, oh, you gotta unclick the extra stuff when you download software.
Yeah, that's it.
Like I really gotta stop downloading my porn.
Yeah. Definitely. Well, I mean, you gotta get like you gotta have like a little backup stick, just in case for emergencies, like if your internet goes out or some shit. But other than that, yeah.
The internet goes out. There's a hurricane, the power goes out.
I'm telling you, man. You gotta have one to rub one out to. You gotta have something to rub one out to. You need that ammo sometimes.
Bro, I don't even download that shit. That was just like a whole bullshit.
I know.
Never.
I do that though. Shit.
Like, why would I download it?
I got secret stashes of porn. I do. I really do.
You know what? To each their own. I guess technically I do. But like, I think it's because I read a lot.
Right.
So just,
Yeah.
People get down. I guess that could be considered. Not like the whole premise of the book, but.
I mean, I guess it depends on the book you're reading.
It's not smut. I'm not reading smut.
You know what? That's your business. I don't care what you're reading.
Yeah.
Shit, I read smut.
I mean, if I did, I wouldn't,
I don't give a fuck. I don't kink shame, bro.
I ain't shaming nobody on it.
No kink shaming around here.
Nope.
But
Okay.
Yeah.
I do have a question.
Tell
You
me.
mentioned earlier that a lot of those people in that party claim to be voice actors.
Yeah. it's a common. There's a few common like themes. I don't know what the fuck to call it. They're more like affectations to like being a part of the VR chat community. You'll notice them a lot. Um, one of them is that everybody is a voice actor. Another one is that everybody has phantom touch. Um, just so many weird things. Like, bro, first of all, I don't even really believe phantom touch is a real thing. It's possible, but like it's highly unlikely that all these people have phantom touch. You know what I mean? Like statistically, it's just very unlikely.
Okay, can you define phantom touch for me?
Okay,
I
so
think I understand, but like
what they like people to believe, or what they themselves believe, is that if you touch their VR body, they feel it. Okay? I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm not saying that it can't happen. I'm saying that it's very unlikely that all the people that claim to have it actually have it. That's all I'm saying.
yeah. I mean, I can see how that.
No, but I mean, it's such a common thing these days, man. Like people say they're this, they say they're that. I'm just like, all right. Whatever helps you sleep nice and feel special, I guess.
Like, yeah, and I'm a unicorn with 6 arms.
Right. It's not necessary to be all these things, but if that's what makes you happy, whatever.
Yeah. Okay, that makes more sense now.
But yeah, you'll notice it. It's not something. It's nothing wrong with it. Nobody's hurting anybody. It's just we're surrounded by a bunch of habitual liars, and you just really have to just take things with a grain of salt. They're just playing a character. That's all they are. They're all characters. They're role playing. That's all.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I want to do role play on Red Dead 2. So fun.
I'm not into cowboys though. You know what? I'm not very good at role playing because I just end up always just being myself. You know what I mean? Like, just look at this.
It can be hard.
We're in a video game right now, and I look like myself. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be anybody but me.
This is very true.
Does that make me a narcissist, or does that just mean I'm healthy? I don't know.
I don't know. I made myself a hot dude, in my opinion.
You are kind of a hot dude. I mean, I could go without the hair. The hair's awful, but other than that, you're kind of cute.
Look, they didn't have a lot of options that were close to it I'm rolling with right now. So.
I get it. I'm just saying. You definitely look like you should be standing in front of an Abercrombie and Fitch or some shit. But yeah, dude, like I used to like in Second Life, I was a part of this RP like group or whatever, and they were like demons and shit. It was fun. It was cool. But I just ended up being myself, or actually just not saying a fucking thing.
Yeah. I think I would still kind of like at core kind of still be like my character would still have a lot of my traits, but I'd be different and more subtle.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just that's a lot of effort to be somebody different.
Yeah. That's true.
Like even in D&D, it's the same thing. Like I've always just played me.
D&D.
No, but I'm saying though, like I played like one night of a campaign that Anthony was running with his friends and shit. And it was like based on
you told me about that.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
It was terrible. And it wasn't like his fault. It's just, kids, man. Like it's generational gap.
Yeah.
It was terrible. But his campaign was like loosely based on like what was it? One Piece, or at least it had like the devil fruits of like One Piece and shit. It was weird. It was kind of interesting, so that's why I played along so long. But yeah, it was pretty bad.
Yeah, we did a small campaign, like we were testing out. That's from the story, like previewed the campaign, and he played with us.
Yeah, we did.
He had us. We were like level 1, and he goes, you're going up against my level 15 enemy, and he tried to murder us within the fucking prequel.
Wow.
Like the beginning of the game, and I'm like, how is this fun? You're just murdering. Why would you not make the enemies at least attainably so we can kill them? Like, we can't even.
Right. Well, you gotta remember at that point, he had never really done a campaign. He's probably better
so
now.
I hope so. But, like,
I hope
he was
so.
like, hey, yeah, you can't. I was like, you do realize you moved away from me, right? Like, I get a reaction because you moved away from me. He goes, oh yeah, you're right. I was like, you're breaking rules.
Wow, bro.
So it was funny. It was cute though. I was like, you're a little shit for putting us. We're all level 1s, and you put us against a level fucking.
I think he told me about that or something. Was I there, or did he tell me about
You were
that?
there.
Bro, you know how much
there.
weed I smoke? I don't remember that
shit.
shit.
You were so stoned and very unhelpful.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
You texted me privately going, yeah, I don't really want to play. I was like, why are you here?
Because I didn't want to disappoint Anthony, but I was just like, I'm just not into it. That sounds like me anyway. I don't really remember.
I'm alive. So I was like, okay.
That does sound about right.
I have played in a campaign, and I played a Scottish high elf.
Why does it have to be Scottish?
I was a bard because I wanted to be different than just my voice, and I could somewhat do a Scottish accent.
That's funny. Did you sound like Shrek?
Every time I talked, I don't think I sounded like Shrek.
A little bit, not a lot. Like if you were deeper, you'd sound a lot more like Shrek. But yeah, a little bit. Donkey.
That'll do, donkey.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Thank you. Yeah, my friend Shan would be like, Sabi, you're such a fatty.
Yeah, that's great. I love the way they curse. I had the because back in the day I used to watch like Doctor Who. And fucking I had the biggest crush on Karen Gillian. You know who she is?
No.
She played Nebula in Guardians of the Galaxy. I guess it's kind of hard to tell how attractive she is in that makeup, but.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah, very pretty woman. But yeah, she's Scottish. Very attractive.
That's another accent I really like.
To a degree. I mean, when you can actually understand them and they sound like cute, yes, it's endearing. But like, have you ever heard like hard Welsh people speak?
Highlands?
That shit is, yeah, like even the Highlands, like it's hard to understand and it's not cute. I'm just like, all right.
I've a few friends from around the UK, including like Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
And Wales.
I've known people from those places and shit over the years, but like it's so hard to be friends with people from like different time zones and shit because like I'm like going to bed when they're like getting up and shit. I'm just like, all right, man, well, glad you're still alive. That's about all I can tell you.
Yeah, a lot of my friends who live in Europe though, or the Middle East, they tend to work later into the night.
Right.
So our schedules line up a bit more. Like my friend Yuri Maximus.
Where's he from?
He works night shifts.
Yuri Maximus. Czech Republic. Yeah, that sounds like some Czech name. Wow, man.
Yeah.
I've known people from like Slovakia, Slovenia, a lot of different places.
We knew a girl from there. Yeah, I can't remember. Anyways.
Okay.
I digress.
All right. All right. Well, you remember. Feel free.
You notice that swirling right behind you in the mirror?
Wait, what?
There's a swirl right behind you in the mirror.
I don't see it. Pretty cool though.
What do we want to talk about now? This is where we should have a segment.
Oh no, I'm walking. No, see when you have the hand tracking active, the way you move, because I'm not holding controllers right now. To walk, I put these two fingers together and I drag. And then to jump, I do this.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it. I can do things like flip people off. I open the menu with that. This is how I open the menu with the index finger and my thumb. Whoop. That's how I open the VR chat menu. It's not working at this second, but it just opened a minute ago. There it is. I have to hold it for a second. That's what I did. You can't see it. It's there.
I believe you.
I believe me too. I'm sorry. I'm fucking. Right. I'm massively high. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm all like, earlier we could bounce off each other, and now you're like, ripped.
Oh no, yeah, no. Like I surpassed you pretty well.
Okay. Let's think.
That's a tall order, but okay, I'll try.
Okay, we're gonna rub the last two brain cells we have currently working. Rub. Okay, and now we're gonna think of something. Oh, I learned something very interesting the other day.
Hit me. Not literally, but yeah.
So, I can't even hit you literally.
I mean, yes, that's true.
Yeah. I would never. But anyways. So I learned the other day that bonnet head or bonnet nose, whatever they're called, sharks.
Okay.
Are herbivores.
I heard that recently as well. The kid that I follow, I forget his name. I'm gonna put a link. I'm gonna send you a link to his shit. We might be talking about the same person, but he does all the good animal facts. I don't remember his fucking name. I'm terrible at names.
It was a marine biologist that I watched.
This kid's definitely not a marine biologist. Definitely not. Definitely not.
She's a marine biologist, and she's like, okay.
Is she? I don't know. I might know who you're talking about too. I like animals and shit. Remember like I said, we were discussing before. I like the ocean. I like animals. I like nature and shit. But I prefer to watch it from a distance.
Yeah, that's why I like watching those videos. It's like insider interviews, like experts in their field, like marine biologists.
Honestly, they don't even necessarily have to be experts to tell me and teach me things. Like I said, the most recent kid that I watched with all the animal facts and interesting tidbits and stuff that I had no idea. And I love animals, and I used to get zoo books as a kid and shit like that. And that's kind of when I started following him. Too. Because he said that he used to get zoo books as a kid, and that's what like started him or whatever. And I was like, me too, motherfucker. I dig that. Anyway.
I used to make my mom read a book about the different horse breeds.
Mm-hmm.
They had pictures of them and gave facts.
That's what's
up.
And
she would read that to me. We'd read like 3 or 4 different horses a night until we finished the book.
Right. Weren't those like zoo books too? Like they had a horse set?
Yeah, it was like an animal book. I mean,
no, because I remember there were zoo books. They had like a bunch of different like zoo type animals, and then they had another like compendium that was like different horse breeds, and then they had one that was just parrots, and then whatever. I just remember looking at the catalog because the catalog would come with my zoo book packet every month. And I remember looking at the catalog and seeing all the different compendiums they had of like different sets. So like the standard was the zoo books, and it was like this one's elephants, this one's giraffes, this one's whatever the fuck they were. I remember the elephant one. That was my favorite.
I didn't have anything like that. I actually think I got the horse book from Scholastic Book Fair.
Oh, okay. Well, they used to
So,
sell
like,
zoo books at the Scholastic Book Fairs too. But I had them. My grandma got them
yeah.
for me in a like a subscription service. So every month I'd get a box in the mail, and it would be my zoo books box, and it would have like the latest issue, and then like maybe a couple little activities or something, like a little toy or some stupid shit. But yeah, man, I used to love that, man. That was like getting
Your
a
mom's
Christmas.
mom?
Yeah, my mom's mom. That was like getting a little
Uh,
Christmas every month, man. It was awesome. And I learned
okay.
stuff. Yeah,
I
man.
would have loved that. Yeah. I used to watch Steve Irwin all the time.
Oh yeah,
That was
me
my-
too.
I watched Steve Irwin, and then the other guy, like Jeff something, would come on after him, and I'd be like, nah, he's not Steve Irwin. Like, I just refuse.
Yeah.
He's probably equally just as, he had just as much information as Steve Irwin, and was probably
But you like the accent.
great, but because he wasn't as cool. He wasn't as cool as Steve.
Excuse me, man.
He's
Fuck.
kind of dorky.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I don't remember. I don't remember his
Yeah.
name, but I know who you're talking about. Oh shit. I'm having issues.
I
Give me a
think, you know,
second.
he had a catchphrase. Yeah, you're
Did
good. I
he?
can keep talking for this. Yeah, like Steve Irwin, he go, you know, crikey, like that was like a whole thing. So like every
Right.
time,
Yeah, I guess that happens.
crikey, you know,
Rocky. Chase
you
a
know,
dude,
that was
mate.
cool.
Good eye, mate.
Yeah.
Now, see,
I
my
could
first.
die, like, I could die right now, like
Yeah.
every time.
Oh god, it would have been terrible if he said that right before he got fucking fucked up by that stingray, dude.
He did.
Did he say
He
that?
said it every time he went out. He said it like every single time. He
I
went
don't
out to
remember.
do
I don't
something.
remember the episode, to be honest with you. So
Bro, I wouldn't be surprised. Like his wife, like describes him. He was just so thrilled with the fact that he got to do that.
I will say that his
that he was
daughter,
like, he lived
Bindi,
a great life.
is super hot.
Yeah,
Bindi's hot.
just cute.
I think she's mad hot.
Yeah, I remember her like after her dad passed away on Discovery Kids. She had her own program.
Yeah, I remember that too.
So she'd come on. Yeah, so, but we're like close in age. I think she might be a little older, but she'd come on and be like, "This is so and so, and this is what kind of animal he or she is."
Right. Well, she's a grown
I
ass
was
woman
like,
now,
really
so
cool.
yeah.
Yeah, I know.
And she's a
But,
hot
like,
grown ass
can't-
woman.
In my mind, she has a kid now too, I think.
Yeah,
But,
she
like,
probably
in my
does.
mind, I just
Her brother's fucking
I just
attractive
remember
too.
her,
Like, 'cause
like-
I remember both Steve's. Like, I wouldn't call Steve Irwin attractive, in my opinion. You know what I mean? And then, like,
Yeah,
his wife Linda, I didn't really find attractive either. But both their kids are super fucking attractive. I was like, how the fuck did that happen? Weird though. I don't know.
I don't know.
It's weird how ugly people can sometimes have attractive kids.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know. You ever
Bro,
hear?
I got hit with the fucking ugly stick.
Yeah, your mama was cute. Your daddy, yeah. I mean, he was chunky, but he was still kind of cute. You're not ugly. You just need to fucking take better care of yourself. You're not ugly. You were a cute. You were a very cute little girl. But yeah, if you got your shit going straight, you'd be good.
Hard to be straight.
You know what I meant. That's not what I meant. But that's not what I meant.
That was low hanging fruit.
You're low hanging fruit.
It was an easy joke.
You're low hanging fruit.
Thank you. Oh boy. I still can't believe you haven't seen all the other Jaws movies.
The first one fucked me up, bro.
I think
I
it
can't.
fucked up a lot of people.
I can't. I just can't. I'm good.
Yeah. Sometimes in the shower, when I close my eyes,
You
like,
are out of your mind. Get out of here. Don't even say it. I don't even want to hear it. I know what you're about to say. Go ahead, say it. Go ahead, say
What
it.
am I gonna say? Tell me.
You feel
What
like
you
you're
saying?
gonna get bitten by a shark in the shower. Are you kidding me? You're not about to say that.
In my head, I'll picture something like coming up behind me.
Oh, this bitch.
But like it's always a shark, which doesn't make any fucking
None, bro. That's like sitting on the toilet and be like, "Yo, a shark might get me."
sense. Like it's only after like I watch the movie and like I'm still kind of like,
all right,
it's a
you
great
want to hear?
movie. Like
You want to hear a terrifying
what?
fucking story from my
Go ahead.
childhood? All right.
Oh God.
So, you
I
know,
am prepared.
my parents loved snakes. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So, for a very long time,
I already know where this is going.
my father had a pet Hermes python that was about 12 feet long. I have a few stories about this fucking snake. His name was Barney. They had an albino python of some sort. She was yellow and white. They called her Betty. Well, before we got Betty, that we lived in Fort Myers, and they used to keep Barney in the bathroom. So whenever I had to use the bathroom, I always made sure I brought one of my siblings with me because I didn't want to go in the bathroom with Barney in there by myself. Yeah, a fear I was totally justified in when a few years later he bit me in the fucking face, and yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't like snakes. And I think the pool story really solidified that for me.
Right. Oh yeah, he bit me in the face because my dad had the bright idea to let him swim in our pool. Yeah.
So yeah, no, I'm good. And we had gotten a snake. We were watching a snake. My mom and was taking care of one.
Of my dad's?
No.
Oh, okay.
It was a birthday gift for Aunt M's daughter.
Okay.
Okay. And so my mom was watching it for them until it was her birthday.
I didn't even know she was into snakes.
And my mom, yeah, and my mom went to feed it and was holding it. And I had a rubber ball, and I was like, I thought it was funny because it kept following the rubber ball. So
oh.
Went out and bit the ball and
Yeah.
scared the crap out of
I'm
me.
sure.
And then I was like, nope, I'm done. I want nothing to fucking do with this thing.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gone.
I
walked away. I was like, nope, we're good. I don't want anything. I never want to see this thing again. And I like stayed the fuck away from it after that. I was like,
I don't blame you.
I was like, no.
I don't blame you. I do not blame you. I was petrified after the pool incident for a couple years actually.
Yeah.
And then I got over it. And
did they still have him after that?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. You know, those decision-making skills plus a few others were the reason why I grew up in foster care. But yeah. Some folks just should not have children. But yeah. And then eventually, as an adult, I decided to get a snake of my own. And I purchased from my local reptile store an albino king snake. Now, I'll save you the Google search. He was about, hold on, let me get my hands back on. There we go. About yay big. And he was pink and white. Can you guess what I named him? What? No, I named him Pinky.
I don't know. Oh, well, there you go. I don't know. It's thinking pink.
Right.
That was my first guess, and I was like, I feel like that's
what. And here's the thing: if you would have said Pinky, I would have been like, no, Bartholomew. What the fuck? But yeah, it was Pinky. And yeah, man, I love that little guy. I made his cage really dope. I used like black lights and white sand and like fluorescent rocks and shit. It was cool. He dug it. Um, but I made the mistake of petting my dog right before handling him, and he was not happy about that, so he decided to bite the shit out of me. And I mean, I realized my mistake pretty quickly. It doesn't mean I was happy about being bitten. And again, he was small, so he got my finger. Wasn't even that bad.
Right.
It hurt like a bitch. Not gonna lie, because snakes have them little needle teeth, and them shits hurt. The next few times, he just after he bit me the first time, he seemed to just enjoy it. Just kept fucking doing it. Every time I took him out of the cage, he just wanted to fucking bite me. Everything. And I made sure I didn't touch my dog beforehand after that. After the first time. Oh, but yeah, so I ended up having to give him away.
Is that the dog that had the deep claw?
Yeah.
That jumped on me and I cried?
Okay.
Yeah. For those of you who don't realize, we've known each other for a long time.
Yeah.
We're also related.
I mean,
so it makes more sense.
Yeah, we're cousins. Being cousins is related, yes.
Yes.
Oh man, the Greek food gave me terrible heartburn.
Oh no. But it was good though, right?
It was all right. It was passable. It wasn't the best Greek I've ever had. I've had way better Greek food. But yeah. It was passable. It wasn't bad.
Earlier, bro, because after he finished eating it, he goes, "Bro, that shit was fantastic."
I was also really fucking high. I was also really fucking.
Yeah.
It was good
and
while
now
it was
that
high.
settled, he has heartburn, and he goes.
No, because
right.
even afterwards, I was like, you know what? It was pretty basic. The reason why I enjoyed it so much is because I put Toom on it and I put Sriracha on
it. Ooh, okay.
Have you ever had Toom before?
No, I don't know what that is.
All right, Toom is the Arabic word for garlic. Yeah, so it's basically like a garlic sauce. It's really fucking tasty. It's one of my favorite sauces right now. I'm obsessed with it. It's lemon.
That would give me heartburn.
No, but it's delicious, and it probably is what gave me heartburn. That's why I'm like, fine with it. But that mixed with sriracha definitely finished it. That was the definite nail in the coffin for sure. I got some Pepcid or something I can take. I'm an old fucker, so I got plenty of antacids.
I do too. So I actually.
Well, that tells me that we both need to change our diets. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I really haven't had to use any of my stuff in a long time.
Well, that's good.
I stopped eating late.
That's good.
And I stopped eating, like really greasy foods.
See, that's my biggest struggle is trying to find foods that I really want to eat that aren't fucking terrible for me. Like I'll choke down a salad, or sometimes I'll be in the mood for a salad and I'll enjoy a salad, but for the most part, I try and choke down as many vegetables as I can, whether I want to or not. I definitely got to keep my fiber intake high. That shit's very important.
Yeah.
But aside from that, it really just it comes down. It's the same like when I was a kid, man, because when I was a kid, I obviously wasn't trying to eat the fucking vegetables. So when I did eat vegetables, it was usually like drenched in fucking ranch or something, terrible. I have developed an affinity for certain steamed vegetables I enjoy, but not many.
I like roasted vegetables.
I like roasted vegetables too, but again, there's some I like, some I don't like. Very picky with my vegetables. And then what ruined fruit for me, I do like carrots, but only a certain way. And they have to be like cooked properly, because I don't know about you, but like carrots have that fucking like chemically ground, like fucking minerally taste. Ugh. When it's too pungent, it's awful. Tastes like dirt. You know what I mean?
I don't relate to this.
No?
No, I don't.
You like that mineral taste? Nah, I don't fuck with carrots.
I love the taste of a carrot.
I love the taste of carrots that have been roasted and drenched in honey and cinnamon. That's what I like. Or
That sounds fabulous.
oh no, yeah, I make a mean fucking honey roasted carrots. Well, that's what I'm saying, because I don't like vegetables as much. I've found ways to cook them that I enjoy. You know what I mean? I love. Oh man, let me tell you about fucking fried zucchini, man. I love fried zucchini.
Oh,
When it's
yes.
done right, it's almost as good as fucking mozzarella sticks. Oh my goodness, that shit is so good. Especially if you got a little bit of like ranch or something, or a good marinara to dip it in. It's fucking dope. I love it.
Grandma used to make battered and fried zucchini and squash.
Oh yeah, I've never had that.
Okay. Oh, it was fabulous. Or she'd cook it on the griddle.
Oh yeah, sounds
Oh,
like some shit
so
grandma
good.
would make.
Yeah, she always came up with some like off the cuff shit, and you're like, "Is that even gonna be good?" And then you tried it, and you're like, "Grandma, you were right. That was fabulous. Thank
You
you."
had more of an opportunity to eat grandma's cooking than I ever had.
That's true. Yes.
Because, you know, my dad didn't. He stayed away from them because of all that Jehovah Witness shit.
Yeah. They tried for a while with me, and then I was like, "Look, I'm not interested. I
No.
love it though." And they were like, "All right, fine."
Well, yeah, I mean, but that
They
shit
stopped
never
trying to get me to
that
go.
never stopped grandma. None of the other relatives bothered me for the most part. But grandma, every time I was around her, she tried to hand me a watchtower. I'm like, all right, man. Or if I brought one of my girlfriends
Damn.
around, she was trying to hand them a watchtower. Just like every time.
She definitely got less pushy as she got older.
Oh, for sure. Because it's just too much effort at that point. Nobody wants to deal with it.
Yeah.
She's like, I did enough. I'm going to heaven. Fuck y'all.
Peace out. I know where I'm going.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm ready to go. Oh, for fuck's sake, mate.
But yeah. Oh, but how about Brussels sprouts?
Nope. Ain't fuck with them.
Really?
Ain't fuck with them.
Even roasted with like garlic and
Listen,
olive oil?
I've had this debate with William years ago. Because he was able to eat Brussels sprouts if they were like cooked with bacon and shit, whatever. And to me, it still tastes like Brussels sprouts. It just tastes like Brussels sprouts and bacon. It doesn't do anything for the flavor to me because I swear to you, and people think I'm insane, and I probably am, but I taste the color green. All right. Whenever it's like the chlorophyll or something, I'm sensitive to it. I don't know what the fuck it is, but when I eat like overly green vegetables, I can taste that shit. And all green vegetables taste the fucking same. Some of them are lighter, some of them are more pungent, some of them, you know, whatever. But like, I love cucumbers. I'll eat cucumbers raw. I love cucumber.
Oh god.
Really?
I can't.
I
don't
love
like cucumbers, but I will say I've been trying to do better. Like when I get a sub or something, I always tell them to do spinach.
Do you like
I always
pickles?
make them put cucumber on it. I love pickles.
Right. Well, that's it, man. If you love pickles, you love cucumbers.
Yeah,
that's
but
it.
it's. But I don't like fresh
Do me a favor.
cucumber.
The next time you get a cucumber.
I did it not that long ago.
What? Tell me what I was going to say.
Try a cucumber.
No. Here's what I want you to try. How I want you to try a cucumber. Slice it thin, right? On a plate. Salt, pepper, maybe a little basil and oregano, whatever. Italian seasoning if you care to, whatever you want. Just salt and pepper for sure. And then do a little bit of balsamic vinegar. That's it. And tell me what you think.
With the balsamic vinegar, I might be able to.
Right, that's what I'm telling you. Oh shit, I fucking zoomed. I zoomed.
You zoomed.
I
But
zoomed.
like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't like it on its own. I have to have it.
I get it, and you know what?
Something.
Macy was the same way.
Yeah.
And until I introduced her to Cucumber lemon water.
Uh,
I
I had
used.
something like that before. I didn't
Oh,
like
it's
it.
so good. It's refreshing as fuck, and it's great to combat cotton mouth. I promise. Dog,
I like lemon water.
I come in for like, I only usually do it for like when company's around. Also, like when Macy comes visit or whatever. I do a little pitcher of cucumber lemon water, and I love it because
Do you like watermelon?
I do love watermelon. I've always loved watermelon. I
Can't stand it.
really? Why? It's so mild.
Well, it's kind of like cantaloupe's also really mild.
See, I hate cantaloupe. I hate the fucking taste of cantaloupe.
That's
My dad
fair.
used to love it, but it bugs me.
Right? Well, I can tolerate cantaloupe.
Right.
Honeydew, I tolerate that too.
I don't like honeydew
cantaloupe.
either. I don't like honeydew either.
Honeydew's a little weird. I can eat it, but I'm not gonna go out.
I'm not a huge fan, right? I'm not a huge fan. I worked at Edible Arrangements for a while, so I've eaten a lot of the fruit shit too.
Right. Well, watermelon, I don't even like the fucking smell of it.
Really? Now, are you
I
talking about
smell
the
it, I'm
actual
like,
smell
"Ugh."
of watermelon or the artificial watermelon smell?
Like I helped my cousins cut up a watermelon, and the whole time I'm like, this is fucking disgusting. Like I do not like the smell of that.
Wow. That's crazy, man. Most people
I
love
don't like
watermelon.
the taste of it, bro. I know, and I helped cut it up, and I helped them make their drinks and everything. And I was like, let me try that, just to see if maybe I'd like it. Every once in a while, I like to try things I know I don't
absolutely.
really like.
That's the way you're supposed to do
Like
it.
now.
Yeah, that's the way you're supposed to do it.
So I try it, and I'm like, no, I still fucking hate this shit. Like, so I just don't like it. I don't know what it is.
Let's see how closely we are related.
Okay.
How do you feel about cilantro?
I love cilantro.
See, I fucking hate it.
Yeah. Do you think it tastes like soap?
I don't necessarily think it tastes like soap. I just don't like its flavor per se. I mean, it does have kind of. I don't necessarily understand when people say say it tastes like soap. I've tasted soap.
So like.
As a kid who cursed a lot in school, I've eaten a lot of fucking soap.
Yeah. So I think it's got a soapy quality to it.
It definitely has an odd,
like soap.
an odd text, an odd taste for sure. It definitely has like a chemical type. Yeah. And here's the thing, though. Here's the weird thing.
Some people.
I will tolerate cilantro in when it's done properly, just like a little sprinkle. You know what I mean? I can tolerate it. It's not bad. It actually, I kind of enjoy it to a degree if it's done correctly. But most people don't do that. Most people are just like, boom, cilantro. Like they fuck it up with cilantro. Just kind of like how some people do garlic.
Maybe go a little overboard.
You ever seen somebody who used too much garlic? I have.
Yeah, and it's like such a fine line between.
Yeah.
This is a lot, but I still really like it.
Mm-hmm.
And then okay, this maybe
it's too much. It's burning my eyes. Like, calm down.
My eyes hurt.
Yeah.
Like, but I'm almost of the opinion that you could almost never have enough.
I disagree.
Like I know when I get heartburn, I'm like, okay, maybe that was a little too much garlic.
It's never about that. It's about just like when I taste it, it makes my fucking eyes water. That's when it's very much too much garlic. I remember getting a cannoli, or not a cannoli.
That is too much garlic.
What was it? A fucking calzone? No, it wasn't calzone. I think it was like a stromboli or some shit from some Italian joint. And dude, it was like they took a whole thing of minced garlic and was just like, fuck you, and then just threw a bunch of cheese and was like, flock it, and just like, fuck you. Like, it was so bad, bro. I had to like open up the fucking thing and like scrape the fucking garlic off because it was like $10 and shit. It was huge. I had to fucking cut it up and just cut all that fucking garlic out. And then I was like, all right, fine, I ate it. But awful, terrible. Never went there again.
Yeah. Also, I will say, roasted garlic is underrated.
I love it. It's so good for like stews and like a good soup base. It's fucking great. I recommend you taking roasted garlic.
Steak.
Yeah, for sure. No. So like I mean, I know you're sick of ramen, but if you're gonna have to keep eating it, you might as well fucking flavor that shit up a little bit. So I suggest you do like mirin you know, like the rice wine vinegar or whatever, and then like
Yeah.
the roasted garlic as your ramen base. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That shit's good as
Mhm.
fuck.
I need to buy garlic. I don't have any garlic right now. We only have garlic powder.
I mean, in a pinch, that's good, but
Yeah, but it gives me heartburn. I've noticed
you
that like
use
if
too
I
much,
roast garlic,
or you
I
eat
feel
too
like it's
much
not
of it.
garlicky enough.
I don't
Well, that's
know,
the issue.
man.
Like I feel like roasted garlic, I can eat it,
Hmm.
and I'm fine. Like I don't get heartburn. But
Right.
if I have like fresh garlic, it kills me. Or if I use garlic powder,
I
it's
do
gonna hurt me.
a lot of times. I'll do minced garlic or fresh garlic, and then I'll still add garlic powder. Not garlic salt, garlic powder.
Yeah. Like what is it? The O'Leary's or
No,
Lowry's
I
garlic
use I use pretty much always like
garlic salt?
either Badia or Goya.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Um, good topic. We're both C's.
Yeah.
We both
I mean,
C.
we're both fat, that's for sure.
Yeah, we both like to eat.
For sure.
We both
I've
keep
been
doing this thing.
saving recipes for a hypothetical restaurant that I want to open for like going on 10 years now. And just a lot of
What
it's
kind of
like
recipes?
uh some of it's like interesting stuff, so a lot of it's like stoner shit.
Mm,
Some of it's like recipes that I've come up with for like actual THC infused things and baked goods and candies and stuff. But yeah.
yeah.
I don't know. It seems like it's pretty easy to write a cookbook. I might fuck with a cookbook one of these days. Might try and write one.
Yeah, you should. That'd be cool.
It's definitely easier than a book about my life, that's for sure.
Less traumatic to have to write.
Yeah, for sure. Doesn't really seem worth the effort.
I don't even know what I could write about.
I
Like,
mean, I don't
even
know.
a cookbook. I've tried writing stories before.
Me too. I used to be good at fucking writing essays in school.
Me too. I BS'd my way through English
Yeah.
and writing, okay, and lit and all that stuff. Like when we had to write essays, like I
Right.
bullshitted something and I get like a C and I'm like, that's good enough for me. I passed. And like I
Right.
move on to the next thing.
Yeah.
Like, I put no effort into English, which I
I don't
should
know.
have, but I didn't.
I never really needed to.
Oh, yeah. Like my teachers used to be mad at me. They were like, you could be an A student. I'm like, yeah, but I don't care enough to be an A
Right.
student. And that they were frustrated with me.
I mean, I was the same way though,
Like,
and I
not
regret
really
that
ever.
shit. I regret that shit honestly. I should have been more of an overachiever as opposed to an underachiever.
Yeah. Maybe I would have gotten a scholarship.
I mean, I don't know about a
Or
scholarship,
I could
but
have done my associate's degree while I was in high school.
is that a thing?
A lot of my classmates did. Oh yeah.
Is that what AP classes are for or something?
No. You can do AP classes and still do dual enrollment. That's the
Oh,
thing in high school. You can do dual enrollment and get your associate's degree before you graduate high school. But you
that's
have
crazy.
to like, yeah. I knew. That's what a few of my classmates did. I think the valedictorian of my year,
Mhm.
he was the guy who sat next to me in engineering class,
Right.
and he had his associate's degree by the time he graduated.
I'm sure he's doing great.
I hope he is.
I
He
hope
was
so
fucking
too.
hacking the school's computers.
I mean, I did that shit too, but I wasn't in an engineering class or
Yeah.
anything.
We were sitting in engineering class. He'd bypass the fucking like
I I
controllers
had
and
computer classes, but it wasn't. I didn't have engineering class in high school.
yeah. Engineering class is cool because I ended up becoming I got a certificate in AutoCAD.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yeah, and the school paid for it.
Oh, wow. That's
So,
interesting as shit.
same, yeah, and the same thing with Photoshop. I was certified in Photoshop too.
Damn.
So I took multimedia design
That's cool.
for a year, but it was only like certain students. You had to prove that you had to do practice tests, and you had to score a certain amount on the practice test for them to even bother sending you to actually take the certification. They didn't want to send people who weren't going to pass it.
Right. Well, that's it. Yeah, the cost of money. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So I did that. That was fun. I really liked engineering class. That was really cool. But then I realized I was not very good at math. And
I
a lot
mean,
of the stuff that we did in engineering was stuff that I hadn't learned yet.
right.
It was really hard. Because we needed to do trig in engineering, but I was a freshman. We hadn't learned trig yet.
Yeah, that's kind of dumb.
Yeah. So there was like juniors who were like, I know how to do this. So I was like going over to the juniors going, how do I solve for this? So
Right.
they have to help me. They're like, the answer's this, and I'm like, okay. So they would just give me the answer.
That's
stupid. They didn't
stupid.
want to help me work through the problem.
That's stupid. Honestly, trigonometry is not that. It's hard, but it's not that.
No, now after I've done it, I'm like, you know what? I actually really did enjoy trigonometry when I learned it. I loved geometry. It was really
Geometry was fun. I enjoyed geometry and algebra and stuff like that.
I had so much fun in geometry and trig. We got to algebra, and I was like, nah, fuck this shit. I don't like this.
I liked algebra.
I didn't like algebra. Maybe that's why I would probably do well with like building and like stuff like that. Like I can picture the shapes, and that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Like rotating things in my head, like I can visualize that. But algebra, I was like, I don't see where I need to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, the trick with algebra, as far as I'm concerned, is just remembering the formulas and shit.
Yeah. We had cheat sheets. I still to this day cannot do quadratic equations.
Really?
And I had like 3 different tutors. I went to 2 different teachers. And still, every time somebody told me how to do it, I always got the wrong answer. And I'm like, where are we all going wrong? Where am I going? No one could tell me where I was doing it wrong.
Right.
It was like 5 different people. So I was like, at this point, I'm going to take my F. I don't even care.
Yeah.
We couldn't get past that.
Yeah, that shit's wild.
It's wild. What video games are you playing right now?
Pretty much only VR games, honestly. I haven't been wowed by a game in a long time. And yeah. There hasn't been a good like non-VR game in my opinion. I don't Everybody just keeps doing the same crap and copying each other. Not worth really getting
no, that's
into.
completely fair. Yeah, like we watched. By we, I mean I was in a stream and we watched the games that new games that I think it was PlayStation. They were announcing the new console games coming out.
Right.
So I was watching it just to see like what's coming out. You know, maybe something interesting. I watched that whole fucking thing and I was like, the one thing I was starting to kind of get interested in, I was like, ooh, this is cool. The characters are funny. I'm like, okay, this is gonna. I was like, this has to be like a really cool open world RPG kind of a game. It was a fucking battle arena game, like Valorant. It was just another fucking Overwatch.
Right.
And they're like, but we're gonna update storyline to it. And you can watch a little video every week. I'm like, no one gives a fuck about. I want to play someone's life. I don't want another arena game. Like we have like a ton of those. Overwatch did it for years.
Yeah.
And they did it successfully.
I got
like,
bored. I used to play. I played Overwatch in beta, and I played for years. And now I'm just like.
Yeah, like it's another battle arena.
Yeah, we don't need any more clones, man.
Yeah, bro, like. Well, it's like, how long were you in the works for this? That now when you're dropping it, people are done with it.
Yeah.
It's not. I feel like you're late. I mean, maybe it'll be good. Maybe people will like it. But honestly, I'll probably go on YouTube and watch those videos. Like, I'm not gonna play the game.
Yeah, I can't.
I'm not gonna buy the game.
Honestly,
I think it's gonna be free.
I've had a few games even in VR where like They looked really good. I've gotten into them and goddamn horse shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awful.
The most exciting thing that's happened in the last like 2-3 years for me, video game wise, I think, is Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 being announced. We talked about this.
We did,
yesterday.
and that's really just a game.
It wasn't your game.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
lost me there.
Yeah. Like I get it, it's not for everybody, but like
it sounded
really
exciting,
excited
but
because I love the
I
first
couldn't get into it. I don't think I would be into it for sure.
yeah, which is fair. It's not for everybody.
But I noticed
To me,
you play a
that's
lot of like
usually
really obscure ass games. I see you on Steam sometimes playing something, and I'm just like, what the fuck even is that?
I can't even imagine what it would be. I'm playing a lot of Red Dead Redemption 2, like I'm replaying the game.
Right.
Like the storyline. I'm playing Ready or Not. Escape from Tarkov on occasion.
Okay.
We played Escape Simulator together. I played that recently.
A few times, yeah.
And then there's this draw game we all got.
Mm-hmm.
I want to play Chain together.
What's Chain?
No, not enough of my. You're literally chained together, and then you have to go do an obstacle course. It's a minimum of 4 people.
That sounds terrible.
It's exceedingly frustrating.
Uh-huh.
I hear from people, but it looks so much fun, and I want to get angry. Like I think
No.
it would be a correct rage game.
You wouldn't like me
It
when
can't
I'm
be any
angry.
worse than Pico Park.
Pico Park, what the fuck is that?
Oh, it's this little like side scroller game, but it's like a cooperation game with you and other people. I think it's a minimum of 2-player.
Oh.
They're like little obstacle courses. You have to use each other to get out to the exit.
Oh.
Yeah. Are you texting?
No, I was moving around. I was looking out the windows and stuff.
Oh, okay. Your hands were like together and your thumbs were moving.
Well, yeah, because I'm leaning on my desk and shit. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but it ain't industry right now. It's just sad.
It really is, but everything sucks. Ever since fucking COVID, the quality of everything has gone to shit. Nobody gives a fuck anymore.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know how you feel about this, but personally, I think I'd rather a video game company take longer to come out with a new game and it not be broken when they drop it.
I mean, I went to school for game design.
To drop broken games.
It's never okay to drop broken games. I went to school for game design once upon a time. And I understand that it's difficult. But yeah, I mean, you know, I don't know. I can't even speak for the game industry anymore because I don't even recognize it.
Yeah. It's wild to me.
It is pretty wild.
Yeah.
It is pretty wild. But I mean, that's just like, you know, everybody was sold a fucking dream. That's all it is, really. I mean, you know, they think it's supposed to work one way and it really just doesn't. But you know, there's any game is gonna have a glitch or two, you know, first day out or whatever, first week out. Bound to happen.
I mean, I'm not saying like.
But I understand what you mean. Like, yeah, there's like game breaking issues in a lot of these games nowadays, and it's fucking awful.
Yeah, like you can't drop a game where people are fucking dying and losing progress because they can't get past it because they keep getting sniped through a concrete wall. You know what I mean? Like things like that. Like they can't.
They absolutely can play that, and they absolutely do, constantly.
I know, that's
fucking ridiculous. But that's what I'm saying. Nobody calls them on their bullshit. Nobody, you know what I mean? I mean, very few situations where somebody actually was like, "No, fuck you." You know what I mean? It happens sometimes, but very rarely.
There's that game. Very rarely, especially in video. Do you know how often it is that PlayStation will allow refunds for video games?
Almost never, from what I understand. I'm not a PlayStation person. I hate.
that's fair. Almost never. There was a video game like 2 years ago, maybe less. I can't remember the name of it. All I remember it was complete dog shit. They hyped it up so much.
They
People
usually
pre-ordered
do.
that shit.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Dropped it and it was fucking a potato. Like it didn't do anything. It fell so short of what they promised.
Yeah.
And even PlayStation was like, you can do a refund. We'll completely do a refund. They did the same thing with Cyberpunk 2077.
Really?
I think it was CD Red.
Right.
CD Projekt Red. They said they would do refunds.
I mean, at that, listen.
And PlayStation allowed you to go through the link.
I
Burst for it.
I honestly, I didn't have that many problems with Cyberpunk 2077. I got it same day.
Well, yeah.
I didn't have no issues. There were glitches. Don't get it twisted. There were glitches. I definitely didn't pre-order. I haven't pre-ordered the game in years.
From that game and pre-ordering The Division 2, those two games, I will never pre-order another game ever.
I feel you.
Like, I'd rather wait 3 months and then buy the game.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. Not worth it to me anymore.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't have any
off,
issues.
You'd play the game, and you'd be hiding behind a middle barrier, and an enemy would come in and fucking shoot you right in the head.
Well,
like,
well, that's definitely
they fixed it. Like, I mean, Cyberpunk, they also fixed it.
Eventually.
Give them, like, yeah, give them credit for the fact that they fixed it. You know.
But it shouldn't have been that bad.
It
really shouldn't have been that bad either.
Yeah. For how big of a title it was.
Yeah, no, it was that everybody was so fucking stoked about that game.
Mm-hmm.
Me included.
It's a really cool game.
It's a fantastic game. Any game that decides to put the effort in letting you customize what your dick looks like is a good game in my opinion.
Yes. I 100% agree, and my character very much did have it because I thought that was hysterical.
Yeah, man. I had to make it lifelike.
Same thing with Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate, I never got into, and it's that franchise has been around for decades. I never got into it. I know it just recently won like a bunch of.
The first one on my phone.
Well, yeah. Okay. See exactly. You see what I'm saying? It's been around for fucking eons, basically. And I just never got into it. Like the first couple ones were like before my time, and then the more recent ones, they didn't really advertise very much or even like give a fuck enough about. So I really don't know anything about them. Until recently, I mean, I've heard of it, but until recently, when they won all the awards at that whatever show, or I don't know. But yeah, everybody was talking about Baldur's Gate after that, and I was like, okay, cool. But
Baldur's Gate 3 is packed full of, like, just, you can get up to some shit in that game. Like, it's so immersive, in my opinion. Like, it's D&D on crack.
See, but there's a few good games like that. Because I'm always on, like, I used to play, was it Neverwinter Nights? I played, was it Celesta or some shit like that? I don't know. There's been a few, like,
I've never played like a D&D kind of game before.
Oh, they're usually pretty great.
That was my introduction to it. I was like, this game is really cool. I really enjoy it. And you can play with your friends.
Right.
So I have like campaigns with my friends, and we all play different characters, and you can choose if you want to be a good person or a bad person in the game, and like, or you know what I mean? Like, not necessarily that you're bad. You could be neutral.
Right. They have a morality system. I got you.
It's like how you decide to play your characters, how your the NPCs
react to you,
think of you, their opinions of you change.
Yeah, man. The morality system has always been interesting to me ever since I first saw it in like Fable.
Okay.
Yeah, I like morality systems. They're fun.
I never played that.
You never played Fable?
Mm.
Oh man, you should, because they're coming out with a new one soon.
I've heard of it.
They're coming out with a new one soon, and it's like supposedly they're reviving the series because the company that originally made the game was closed for whatever reasons, but it was a fucking solid and great series for the first two or three were great, and then the creator decided to do some dumb shit, and that was it. Then the studio closed and whatever. Now they're making a new one, and a different company, I guess, is like the spiritual successor or whatever the fuck they want to call it. Looks pretty good so far. I'm actually kind of like interested. Okay. I hope it's as good as it looks, but who the fuck knows these days?
Right.
I have high hopes for the new Fable series, but we have to wait.
There's a game called The Long Dark. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Never heard of it. No.
It's on console and PC.
I mean, again, there's a shit ton of games that I've never heard of.
Right now?
Huh? Can you not hear me?
I couldn't hear you. I didn't know you were speaking.
I was saying there's a shit ton of games that are, all over the place that I've never played before, whether it be on console or PC.
Okay. Well, it's a survival game. It takes place in Canada.
Okay.
It's kind of like.
So is it like you fight geese?
Apocalyptic. No wolves.
Oh, okay. See, it'd be more realistic if it was geese.
Forever winter.
Yeah, it'd be more realistic if it was geese. I'm taking off my shirt. Hold on.
They're still updating the game, so. But it's a really cool game. It has a good storyline, but they're a no rush studio, so.
Well, I mean that's good.
I really like that about them.
I appreciate that they take their time, but at the same time, I can definitely lose interest. You know what I mean? You wouldn't believe how many fucking television shows out there that like they just decided to take too long to come out with the next season, and I just lost it. I was like, nah, bro.
I guess it's fair. I guess to the people who are really invested in, what's gonna come next?
Right.
I'm fine with. I prefer you to take the time to make a quality update to the game.
Yeah.
That I'm gonna enjoy and it not break shit. I'm fine with that. That's okay to me because they're releasing it in episodic stages.
Okay.
Like the main storyline. So I'm fine with it, and to revive it because I think they launched it in 2014, 2013. So it's a fairly old game at this point. I think 10 years is fair to say it's fairly old.
Yeah, that's pretty old.
But they made a DLC. So they always had a survival sandbox, but they started making DLCs for the sandbox. So they're reviving the survival, and then they're gonna go back to the episodes. And it was an additional $20. The game was I think I got it for maybe 10. It wasn't extraordinarily expensive.
Right.
And it was an additional maybe $20 for the DLC.
Oh, not bad.
Have the extra stuff, and so I was I'm not mad about it. So I did. Total this game might have cost me $30.
That's not bad at all.
No, I'm that's in the amount of hours I put into this game. I think it's worth it.
Yeah.
So if you're into a survival winter game, where occasionally you have to run away from wolves. Just kidding, you have to scare them away.
What?
They actually just added a cougar or a mountain lion that haunts you constantly.
I was into Ark. Did you ever play Ark?
I do. I have the second one.
Okay. So I played Ark for a while, and I think that kind of just wore me out of survival games.
That's fair, because I tried to play the Ark by myself.
Bruh.
But I kept constantly dying, and I'm
so fucking hard, man.
Yeah.
No matter what you do, the Raptors come for you. That's it. No matter what you do, they come for you.
Yeah. The Long Dark has different levels, like difficulties.
Right.
So, you know, if you're just new, you don't have to worry about it being extraordinarily difficult. You get used to the game.
I like that certain games nowadays are releasing, like when they come out with their release, they're gonna make sure there's a fucking version for VR.
Yeah.
It's starting to become a thing, and I'm happy about that.
Are you talking more quietly?
No, not at all.
Okay, I heard it in your tone. Yeah, I could hear it. You're speaking the same.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Your no came out garbled, but like I could. I'm like trying to use my mouse.
I see that. I see that.
Yeah. Is it working? I don't
Yeah,
know.
it doesn't look bad. Yeah, it doesn't look bad. Like, you can do it. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'll take it. It's great.
That shit's funny.
I'll take it.
I forget sometimes that you're on the PC because I'll be like, dude, are you serious right now? And then, you can't really see me the same way.
I mean, like, you get real close to me, and your head just gets huge on my screen. Like, yeah, man, yeah. I'm like, I just saw your character's tongue.
Yeah, there's actually an option you can put for personal space mode, where once I get to a certain closeness, I disappear.
I might do that.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Especially for public.
I do that shit all the time. I can't stand that shit because people try and be inside you and shit. Like, hi.
Yeah, you were talking and I could see your tongue moving.
Yeah.
I wish I would have got that on record. That would have been funny.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. Oh. All right, so you about ready to call it?
Yeah, I think so.
I think that'll about wrap it up for those of us here at Talking Shit. Now remember, if you don't fuck with Weezer, I don't fuck with you.
That's